Yeah. Sorry, I have to wash the taste out of my mouth from yesterday. Oh, man. Alrighty, so it's the day after the Vikings lost to the Steelers. And I know nothing more about this team than I did after the win against Cincinnati. And I know nothing after the Cincinnati win than I did after the loss against Atlanta or the win against Chicago. Like, I don't know what is this team. Like, ugh, caramba, dude. Whew. So, yeah, like I say, yeah, I'm not really going to talk much about the game yesterday, per se, just because, again, there's like 500 channels out there that are, discussing and breaking everything down, but a ass whooping turned into a closer game than it probably should have been, if we're being honest here. I mean, let's just, call a spade here, but that game should have been over long before it became a game yet again. If that made sense, I should say. Anyway, regardless. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked like Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz looked solid at the beginning, and then 3/5 of our offensive line got hurt. Again, by the way. Ryan Kelly might have a concussion again, by the way. Why are we always cursed when it comes to offensive line? I swear to everything above. Football-wise, religious-wise, whatever. We cannot get a freaking offensive line to gel. Or stay healthy. I mean, now Ryan Kelly has another concussion. Brian O'Neill got injured. Donovan Jackson's, probably not coming back until after the bye week, after last week's finger injury. And the backups are sieves. I mean, to be fair, though, Pittsburgh does actually have a pretty damn good pass rush. And with that being said, though, we still almost came back to win. Yeah, yesterday's slate of games was something for the record books. I'll tell you what. I mean, the upsets that happened, with the Giants taking down the Chargers probably being the big one. And it all just basically crescendoed into what turned out to be one of the worst things in the NFL, in my opinion. A tie in what might be the game of the year. But anyway, regardless, there were upsets galore yesterday. Oh, by the way, also Jacksonville took down San Francisco. And boy, things got heated afterwards. Liam Cohen versus Robert Saleh, 12 rounds. I would pay to see that boxing match, by the way. Anyway, regardless. Yeah, so what is this team? What is this team? Because again, the parallels from every week I've seen are just astounding. Because week one, we should have lost a game. We won by 3 after playing like butt. Week 2, we got absolutely handed by the Falcons. Week 3, we absolutely handed the Cincinnati Bengals a butt whooping. And then this week, we lose by 3 in a game we should have lost by 21. And again, it's the same stuff, it seems like. And again, I feel like this season is going to be one of the more frustrating ones just because of the what-ifs. And again, like I say, I'm a longtime Vikings fan. I have seen dog shit. I have seen just absolute piss-poor coaching, management, just dumb look. I mean, do we have to go back to 2010? Oh, sweet Jesus. I mean, we literally lost our stadium. But anyway, that's it. Yeah. Tell you what, it's not easy being a Vikings fan this day and age, but whatever. Now, look, I'm not saying we should fire everybody yet, but those voices and those echoes are starting to get a little bit louder. And every time stuff like this happens, they're only going to get louder and louder because, again, what is this team? We have a Super Bowl caliber roster and an offensive line that is made of glass, cheese, and paper mache. Granted, I understand, they went out there and tried what they could. And of course, as soon as the guys went out, that's when shit started hitting the fan, and it turned into a fucking disaster. Only to then, Carson Wentz pulling a rabbit out of his ass and almost bringing us back. And oh, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if Carson Wentz ends up on the freaking injury report. I mean, did you see the hits he was taking yesterday? Good God. And oh, by the way, we get to go to London and take on the Browns. Yes, I know they absolutely got smoked by the Lions yesterday, but they're still one of the best defenses in the NFL. Statistic-wise and all that stuff going into this. By the way, this is also the same Browns team that beat the Packers, which now I don't know. The month of September for the NFL has me just even more confused than I think at the beginning of the year. But, yeah, I mean, because the Ravens are injured to hell and back. The Chiefs are finally getting their mojo back, I think. The Colts went 3-0, or now 3-1 after losing to the Rams. Be curious to see how they bounce back. And so on and so forth. I mean, there's just a lot of question marks going into this season here. But, yeah, I figure kind of throw in a little bit of NFL here because after 1 month, it's just... This season's been crazy already. And I don't know what this has in store for us, what this has in store for the NFL, what this has in store for the playoffs, what this has in store for the NFC North, blah, 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 on and on and on, yada, yada, yada. But kind of wrapping this up, talking a little bit more about my thoughts on this Vikings team. We have one more game, and then we go to the bye week. For the love of God, guys, come out and give it your freaking all next week. Let's get out here at 3-2, get to the bye week, and then go from there. Because after that, the gauntlet begins. So, yeah, I mean, I really got not much else to say here. I'm trying to avoid Vikings media and Vikings, Twitter as much as possible because, well, I've stated it several times in several videos. But, regardless, yeah, I think that'll pretty much kind of wrap this up for now here. I mean, I know this was kind of an all-over video, but to be fair, though, my brain with, the month of September ending, the first month of the season, and just absolute chaos that's been happening in the NFL, you can probably understand. So, but yeah, I think that'll go ahead and wrap things up for today. So, stay tuned, and we will talk at you later.